Hi, hello, I'm Claudia if you're new here, and if you're back, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome to another week of Plants, Pups, and Beyond. I try to do these about once a month where I take you on my week and show you what I get up to. Plants, of course, are the main character, show you a little bit more about the pups, and then anything else that happens in between. I am particularly elated to be here with you today. I haven't shared, but I've had a couple of recent health issues, and I was, in addition to not feeling well and that happening, I was also just like really nervous with a bunch of testing happening and things like that. Yesterday I got peace of mind, which I'm so grateful for, and I feel good, which also I feel like after, you know, that and kind of getting the green light of everything is okay is the first time in a really long time that I have been able to really embrace the feeling good. If you were here or if you've been here for a moment, you may have known that back in June, I got this like terrible severe allergy flare that affected me systematically. And then I got COVID for the first time, and then these other recent things. But anyway, since the allergy thing, and I was tested for all sorts of allergens and sensitivities and intolerances, I found that, you know, several things are a trigger for me. So I've been like trying to eat cleaner and healthier and whatever, and just again just still really like hesitant to proceed as normal. And then, you know, this other stuff happened. It's just the first time I'm truly able to embrace this feel good feeling again and being back in my body, and I just want to seize the day. Truly, I feel like having good health is the most important thing, such a blessing. So gentle reminder to take care of you, especially this time of year and this season that can bring a lot of extra stress. So gentle reminder to do something for you, to take care of you, take your vitamins, drink your water, all of the things. Obviously in my living room, I'd feel silly not mentioning it, but I did put Christmas up here, and I did film for you that you're gonna see before this video, but I figured I'd mention it just because, I mean, for me it's weird that I'm here. I never film here. Another reason I'm really excited to be here this week and share it with you is because tomorrow we're actually leaving on vacation to Hawaii. Hawaii is one of our absolute most favorite places to go to. We are going to a new island. We usually go to Oahu's North Shore. That is our absolute favorite place. We're going to the Big Island, which we haven't been to. We've been to Maui and Kauai. So we are excited to explore that, but I thought it would be fun to take you a little bit along with me. I'm not sure how much I will vlog there because I do want to take time to just enjoy and be present in the moment, but I am sure I will capture some footage as I always do. So I thought it would be fun to share a little bit of that with you. And then when I get back, it's time to package and send all of my merch pre-orders along with the cuttings I'm sending. So I thought that that would also be fun to share with you. And then today we are just going to do tiny little bits of chores that I just want to do before we go. We're only going for, I don't want to say only, because honestly, like the fact that we can even get away, like that's, I'm so grateful for that. But we're going for 5 days. We'll be 5 full days there, or we will be there 5 full days. So it's not a terribly long time, and especially this time of year with the plants, they just require less maintenance with the cooler weather and shorter days. But we're gonna do some top offs, and then there's a couple of plants that I have been waiting for them to kind of start regrowing on their own, but that I may intervene just to kind of get them set up, or hopefully when I'm back they've already started to root or grow or something, versus I'm just not going to check on them for the next 5 days. I'm also hoping to film another video today, but we will see where we get to. Of course I have to pack and laundry is running and stuff, but so yeah, it's gonna be maybe a little bit extra noisy, so I apologize in advance. But anyway, I hope that that sounds good to you. Today is gonna be a jam-packed day, and then, you know, of course I'm excited to get away for a couple days and then come back to the merch. Like, how exciting. But yeah, let's get started. I think that I'm gonna start by mixing some of my nutrient-rich cocktail, doing some top-offs over in my plant office space, and then we can take care of those that I'm intervening with on the rehabs. And yeah, we'll see what else we get to from there.
I am the animal, separate, howling kiss the sky with my comet. You need to know that you're not hurting me when you're planning to run free, to cut out from belonging. Promise me to be unfettered. Don't lose a ranger. Promise me to be unfettered. Don't lose a ranger. You are the seeker and the chorus ringing out beyond this. Simmer on, expansive. The razor, the romantic, the pioneer or the pirate. I'm all of them is what I'm getting at. Promise me to be unfettered. Don't lose a ranger. Promise we can be unfettered. Don't lose a ranger. Promise really isn't binding to us. It's circling. Promise really isn't binding to us. Circling. Promise really isn't binding to us. It's serpentine to habits. Really isn't binding to us. Promise we can be unfettered. Don't lose a ranger. Promise we can be unfettered. Don't lose a ranger. Promise we can be unfettered. Don't lose a ranger. Promise we can be unfettered. Don't lose a ranger. Promise we can be unfettered. You came up, you planted, you jumped over the creek, and you stuck it. You're able and focused. Whatever has your mind gets a sharpened edge. What will you do with your power? What will you do with your power? What will you do with your power? The engine.
I want to give you some quick updates over here since there's quite a bit to update you on since my houseplant tour and since the anthurium repot. My pallidiflorum is not doing well. All of the leaves are severely curling. The one root seems to be growing new roots in there. I've already inspected it. It did have a new growth point. Nothing has happened with that, which is no surprise. So I am anxiously waiting to see what happens with him. Keep sending your recovery vibes. Some exciting things in here, though. Let's pretend that's not happening. So my Longiloba purple, the baby, is growing a new leaf and has 2 baby corms that sprouted. This is my anthurium. I believe it's World Salad Carlos from Tyler at Russo Plant Care, and that new leaf looks really nice. This is my Fairchild, a new leaf, which is looking better than the previous two I've gotten from it. I showed you this leaf, which was super impressive, and there's a new one coming in. I really try not to touch new emergent leaves from anthuriums because they really don't like it. My Regal Shields elbow is growing a new leaf that appears to be all white, so we'll see what that looks like when I get back. And then down over here, my Mama Longiloba, it does have a growth point, so I'm excited to see that. And I think that is it. I really can't see anything new on this Tordum Florida Beauty hybrid, but the leaves again continue to be really nice and plump and healthy, so patiently waiting on that. I think I topped off everyone that needed to be topped off in here, so everyone is good to go for the next several days. That Friedic elbow was not on my list of plants that I wanted to intervene on today, but let's just take care of him now. All right, I gathered all my supplies. This wasn't the plant or one of the plants that I was hoping to intervene on today, but let's just get it over with. It's probably a good thing it happened because, as you may have noticed, all the roots are rotted, so definitely need to intervene on that. And I thought also maybe this will be the only plant we intervene on for today's, or for this vlog. And then maybe I can shoot another video so that hopefully there's no gaps in uploads for you while I'm away. So yeah, I hope that's okay with you. Okay, we're gonna start by taking care of the chunk. It has a lot of corms, which is, again, this is not what I was prepared for, but that's okay, I guess. We will make it work. Of course it has a lot of corms. This plant is notorious for just giving me so many, but all of these roots are rotted, so I'm just gonna pluck all of them off. I could technically just put this back into pon when, you know, I am gonna chop it, I think, in a couple of pieces since it's so big. And I'm gonna try to leave some of these corms that are still attached. Well, yeah, they're not really. Some of them are. There's 2, 3 that are attached pretty well. The rest pretty much came off, but okay. So, need my shears. Oh, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't accidentally make a mess. And yeah, okay, so I'm gonna chop it pretty low, probably all the way, Hunter, all the way down here. These shears are not big enough, so I may actually just grab a knife. I did sterilize it. This is just a knife we use to like open boxes and stuff. So I'm gonna chop like right down here. Let me actually see if I can set up my phone so that you can see closer. I set up my phone so I can hopefully give you a close-up, but I'm just going to use the knife to gently and carefully just chop the chunk. Oh my gosh. I don't know that this was the best idea. There we go. So we now have a super clean cut on both ends. I honestly don't do this as much as I probably should. I usually just grab my shears and yeah, mangle it quite a bit. But I'm gonna leave this bottom chunk exactly as is. And I'm going to cut this, I think, in just one more spot. So we'll have a mid cut, a top cut, and a bottom cut. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut it like right up to here, if you can see that. But again, I'll try to get a close-up. So now we have 3 pieces, and I'm just going to place all of them in stratum. I'm gonna be super honest, I like contemplated just putting them all in the same cup. I think I'll do actually, I don't know. I may actually do the mid cut on its own like this, since it needs to root from the sides. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna give each their own little cup, because this could technically shoot up multiple growth points, and then this I'm hoping will root up really nicely and start growing larger. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna give each of them their own cups. I don't know, what would you do? I don't know, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, this one I'm just gonna do sideways like this. Add some water. Maybe a little too much per usual, but that's okay. I can dump some of it off in a minute. Okay, and then I really wish I had smaller cups, but that's okay. We'll do the top cuts. Add some water. And then finally this bottom cut. And I need to open the new bag of stratum. This actually just arrived today, so good timing. Okay. Maybe a tiny bit more. I feel like stratum arrives kind of moist. Do you have that experience? Okay, so all 3 of them are set up. Give some of. I'm debating whether I want to. I think I'm just gonna put them on one of my clear prop boxes and not put domes on them individually. Maybe that's a mistake, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so hang on. Let me clean up a little because I'm getting flustered with the mess. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corms so far, and I know that there's 2 little plants that are sprouting there, so I was thinking I would just pot those up together in a pot with pond, and then the rest of the corms we're gonna have to decide what we want to do. I mean, I'm obviously gonna keep them and try to sprout them, but I was not prepared for this task today. Let's start with what I think is the easy part about this, and that's potting up these 2 or 3 little babies. And I'm making a mess. Should just keep it in here. And then we will take care of the corms. I can already see here on the surface, they're big and juicy too. Ugh, this is gonna be, I just tossed one. I'll just show you when I'm ready. Actually, there's quite a bit of babies. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my gosh. Was not ready for this. Okay, but I'm thinking I'm gonna pot up all the babies together in one of these pots, and because, you know, they should be fine and continue to grow, and they will probably need an upsize soon, but that's okay. It'll handle the problem for right now, which is what I need. Okay, let's get cozy, because this is, I feel like I should dump it to avoid losing any roots, maybe. Oh. Okay. The corms in here are insane. Okay. Oh my gosh. A lot of rotted roots, which is no surprise. I mean, we saw that mother plants. Just one baby. Here. Oh my gosh, look at the corm on this. Another baby. Some of these corms are very, very impressive. Another baby. So the ones that have sprouted, are sprouting, or, you know, have had sprouted, or like have leaves currently, whatever, those are all the ones I'm thinking I'm gonna pot up together. Some of these corms are insane. I've always said iamclaudiaq is such a vigorous corm producer. Okay, so I think those are all the ones that... No, there's another one. Was also getting ready to sprout. And then there's a lot of more corms in here. I may not peel them. It's very not like me, but... I don't know. Let's see where we go. Let's see where I'm even gonna put them, because I was hoping not to use a seedling tray. Okay. Let's handle the babies. I'm going to keep them in lechuza pond, and I'm just gonna use fresh pond that I have over here because I want to make sure that I sterilize that. So I had said anything that was sprouting, is sprouting, or has sprouted, but maybe some of them, like maybe not all of them, can be in here. Just because like should I put this in there, or should I put it in a seedling tray? Decisions. 3 of these look like extremely white. So there's that. Yeah, but see, I feel like this should absolutely go in there. this had sprouted in the past and it just lost all its leaves. Same with this one. And these two, really. I think I'm just gonna put them all together. Maybe not this one. Maybe not this one, but the rest. I know it's a lot. I just, for my mental capacity, like this is where I'm at today. Okay. And some of these are really big and juicy, so, you know, they're probably gonna be thirsty a lot more frequently. This needs to be lower. This one. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay. I feel like I need one of those like little poking tools. Let me see what I can find, because I don't think I have a poking tool. I'm gonna use this moisture meter. Hopefully it helps. It's kind of helpful. Not super, honestly. I don't know. I think that I need to like place them all in there and then pour. Attempt number 3. I mean, they're gonna need a repot pretty soon, so I need to just not worry so much about what it currently looks like. I'm gonna give this just a small little top trim. Maybe I'll just hold on to these as I'm pouring. There we go. I know that this is a tiny pot for so many little plants I'm adding into it, but that's okay. I am willing, they all fit perfectly fine for now, and if they all do continue to grow and take off, I will need to upsize and potentially separate soon, and I am okay with that because this is the moment that I am in right now. Okay, so this is actually gonna go back in my Millsbow wide cabinet, since that's where it was living, that's where it was happy, and now we need to figure out what we're doing with these corms, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting just a little bit anxious. This wasn't in my plan. But doesn't that always happen with plant care? I mean, I don't know. We need to go through the pot and see how many are in there. Against my wishes, I brought a seedling tray. It is what it is. Let's just see how many more corms we find, and then we will set them up. I was saying I may not peel them, and that's just because it takes time and effort, and like I was saying, I just was not prepared for this task today. I feel like there's other things that I wanted to do or had planned on doing. Of course, this always happens with plant care, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, oh my gosh, there are so many. And they're big. It's funny because I was thinking like at one point I had so many fried eggs, I like couldn't give them away fast enough. And I was like, oh, I haven't had any fried egg babies in a long time. Okay, I'm sure that there may be more in here that are maybe smaller or whatever, but we have plenty. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 corms. That's insane. Okay, so I'm probably going to spare you from all the peeling because I feel like it's kind of boring, not much for you to see, and you've also seen me do it a lot. I do like to peel them because I feel like they sprout faster, which is why I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll just, I can just wait longer. Like, it's okay. I'm not in a hurry to have fried egg elbows, but I don't know. I feel like this is what I always do and it works for me, and it's kind of like a predictable formula or equation that I do with corms. So I might as well, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well just do it, right? This one wasn't super difficult to peel. So here it is. I'll spare you through the rest and then I'll come back when we're setting them up on the seedling tray. I lost 2 of them. One was very, very soft and the other one I accidentally broke in half, which in my experience would potentially probably still sprout, but I have no shortage of corms, so I'm just letting it go. I peeled all of them except for one because it was already starting to sprout and I didn't want to break that piece off. So let's get them set up and yeah, that's it, I guess. I think I figured out why I don't love working here. It's like the table is too high for where I want to work. The chair maybe, I don't know. That's what I think. I'm not gonna put a lot because I don't know, I don't want to be wasteful. And someone asked the other day, and I used to be so confused, and now I'm confused again. Which part goes up and goes down? So the part where the tail, yeah, the part where the tail is on the corm, that goes down. That helped me just now. I was like, wait, what is it? And then it kind of looks like a nipple maybe. That goes up. Actually, I'm gonna moisten this. I hope I didn't lose any footage, but I had to change my memory card. They're all in here, set up. So it ended up being, I guess, 18 or 19. And I'm just going to place this on here because so it can cover up the little holes for humidity and can stay at 100 or as close to 100% humidity as possible. And I'll put this over on the Vitsto shelf, and yeah, we are done with this portion of the project. I'll pop back in maybe later as I'm packing and maybe show you a little bit of that, But I think that as far as like planty things, we are done for today for this video, and I'll see you in the next clip.
You may not have planned this to find yourself alive where you landed, and together we're banded. But there is only one who can answer this. What will you do with your power? What will you do with your power?
I just got back from Plantitas. I haven't been on here to talk to you face to camera since I got back from our trip. The trip was just exactly what I needed after I feel like it was months worth of not feeling well, and then just obviously life and whatever, and it was just the perfect little break. I'd never been to the Big Island before. We'd never been to the Big Island before, so it was fun to do something different. And I mean, I probably will insert it in the clip of the volcano, but that experience was breathtaking and surreal, and I highly recommend, if you ever get the opportunity to visit safely an erupting volcano, do it. It was just such an incredible experience. And yeah, the trip was great. The first clip I thought that you would see of me after my trip was packaging your merch with the cuttings and all of that, but unfortunately I did have a production delay, so I'm going to be shipping them out. Today's Thursday. I arrived yesterday morning, like super early morning, but I'm gonna be shipping them out Monday and Tuesday instead, so I will still show you that once I'm doing that. But in the meantime, obviously there's other things to do. That was a big bummer with the production delay. I thought that I allowed plenty of time and then some so that I could get those out to you this week. So I'm really sorry that that's not gonna happen, but I am determined to work and stay up packaging those orders as late as it takes to get 90% of them, if not all of them, out Monday. And then if there are any leftovers, I will obviously get those out on Tuesday. But by the time you see this, those will already packaged and be sent out, because I do want to share that process with you. So anyway, this will be all in the past by the time that you see it. And just quickly, in case you don't know, I work with Plantitas on marketing and social media. So I'm usually there about once a week. So it's not like I landed and just had to go to the plant shop right away, although it wouldn't hurt. But I did get a couple of plants, and I want to show you the haul of what those are. So we'll do that. And then actually, I do have plant mail that arrived today as well, and I placed that order last week. It had to have been sometime last week. So anyway, I'll show you what I got at Plantitas. This little bag. First up is a Stramanthe Trio Star. In one of my fits of decluttering and things, I decided to give mine, to my original, to my mom, and I have missed her ever since. So, and they haven't had them actually in quite some time. But I just think that this plant is so beautiful. I had the easiest time with it when I had it. It just lived on my coffee table, and yeah, she was very easy. She wasn't even in a self-watering pot or anything. It was just hanging out there, getting ambient light, ambient conditions of all sorts, and she did really well. And I did think about if I should get two of them, because this is a 4-inch pot. It's $13, so technically I could have gotten a second one to make a bigger, bushier pot. But I do see a couple of like shoots coming in already, so I mean, what the heck? She's so cute. Okay, so that's the first one. This next one, I really debated a lot whether I should get it or not, and it's because I want another version of this plant, and I don't want it to become one of those things of I got this one and then I'm not gonna be satisfied, basically. I'm still looking for the other one. But ultimately, as I browsed the shop and like was looking at all the restock and everything, I just kept thinking about this. So I ended up getting it as well. This is a Christmas cactus. I don't have any Christmas or Thanksgiving holiday cacti, any of them. And what I would love is a variegated Thanksgiving cactus. But I mean, if you know, you know. They're impossible to find. Even cuttings, or I mean, I feel like I regularly check my local Facebook groups, Etsy, Palm Street. I'll occasionally put like on my story, if anyone has a variegated Thanksgiving cactus cutting or anything, please let me know. And I have seen them on Etsy from time to time, but not from reputable places and really, really expensive. So it's just made me nervous to try it. But what really sold me on this one, honestly, was this bloom. Like, it's so cute and so beautiful. And that pink inner, I just could not resist it. I was mesmerized by it. It does have like 2 other little bloom spots right here. I mean, I figured I can't stop thinking about this bloom, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Also, I'm just realizing the lighting is probably terrible. It's 5 o'clock, but it's nighttime outside. So I apologize about that. There's one more plant from Plantitas and I need to grab it. Here she is. Look at how long. So full and bushy. This plant was $23. It's a Hoya Burtnay. So I let go of mine years ago, actually. And I've been thinking about her for probably all year. And I have seen them available, but I was just like, I don't know. I just didn't feel like I found my plant, but this one is for sure my plant. And what I'm so excited about is it even has a peduncle. So hopefully that will stick and it will bloom, like they'll open. But I'm so excited about having her back. Plus I think she's gonna fill out my window really nicely since it's been looking so bare. Okay, so that's the haul from Plantitas. Let me show you the other plant. The other plant has been on my wish list for some time and I'm so excited to finally have it. I was really, really excited when I saw that these were available, so let's just dig in. I was saying when I was at Plantitas earlier that, and I feel like I've said it, or I've shared with you also, that I haven't been as actively buying plants this year as I did last year, although I did splurge kind of in a row for 3 very expensive plants like very early spring this year. But ever since, I've just been really picky, and I mean, that's felt good so far, to just be very selective on what I want and don't want, and like, do I really want this plant or not? This is just my receipt. So it's completely insulated. I actually don't even know where they ship from. I should wonder if it says. It does. From New York. So this actually came from New York. But yeah, I feel like, so like today that I mean, truthfully, I felt in the mood to get plants. Like even before leaving for Plantitas, I was like, I think I want to look for some Hoya to add back into my window. So if there's anything that speaks to me. But anyway, I guess I don't feel as guilty buying plants right now because I feel like I've been really good all year. So here it is. Very beautifully packaged. It's like very nicely insulated. And there is a heat pack. How nice. I mean, it's really cold in the East Coast, I've heard. Okay. So the name is actually in the front in the little tag. So I'm gonna try my best not to show you that. Super cute shop sticker. These little details are just so cute. Okay, I'm really excited. I can see a little bit of it. Okay, ready? Oh, she's so cute. This is Hoya Polynera Jasminka. So it's the one that has like the silvery and elbow margin. I am so excited to have this. I have been wanting one since I first learned about it, whenever that was, but I really didn't want to pay the prices when we all first started learning about them. And then as they've become a little bit more available, then I started getting picky on like what specimen I wanted. So she had a couple to choose from. She actually had some pretty large ones to choose from, but those were pricier, obviously. And then she had a couple of these smaller ones to choose from, and I just thought that this is what I wanted because you can see just a little bit more of that elbow margin on it, on like those two leaves. So two of the separate nodes have that same kind of variegation. So yeah, I did see the roots. She showed me photos of them, and I am gonna bring her out of the sphagnum moss, and then I'll just add her into stratum to keep rooting up and acclimate for a little bit before I switch her over into like a more permanent situation. But yeah, I'm really excited. I guess I should show you how I acclimate my plants, or like keep them isolated and in quarantine, like what I do basically when I bring a new plant home. But I'm gonna be super honest with you, I'm not gonna do that today because I'm exhausted. So maybe tomorrow, not maybe, for sure. I'll come back on tomorrow, show you that process, and then I also wanna show you some updates because some exciting things have happened since we last spoken on my collection. I mean, just a handful of things that I wanna show you, but yeah, I'll see you in a second. I wasn't planning to come face to camera today or right now as I'm packaging because I'm a little bit stressed out. You know, I just want to make sure that everything's perfect and that I'm packaging everything correctly. And there's also the dishwasher running, the washer running on this side. The dogs are going a little nuts because my husband is putting up Christmas lights outside. And overall, I'm just, again, I'm not, I just wasn't ready, okay? But I just wanted to come on and say that at this very point, I knew that I wanted to sort all the merch by size so that I can start pulling orders. But after that, I'm really not sure what my plan is. So it's in the evening on Sunday, and I would love to get them all out tomorrow. So I am going to be printing out everyone's like order slip. I'm gonna be checking weather individually to see who needs a heat pack, or who potentially I just may hold the cutting until the weather gets a little better. I know that Midwest, East Coast is getting lots of very cold weather. So yeah, I guess I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the admin side of this, but okay, I think next I'm just gonna start printing orders, and then I'll just pull the orders. I have 50 orders, by the way, so thank you so much. But it also just seems very overwhelming. Like, what was I thinking that I could just do this? Anyway, okay, I think I'm gonna print the packing slips, and then I'll check weather and see who needs a heat pack. It might just be anyone in the Midwest or East Coast, and I'm gonna add a heat pack to like their packing slip. Just so that, because in that case I won't like package it tonight, I'll wait to package it tomorrow right before I drop them off so that I can activate the heat pack. And I guess where I'm having trouble is I'm not sure at what point today am I gonna start taking cuttings, but I guess it's good to know who needs a heat pack, because that may also affect how exactly I'm shipping them. I'm rambling. I need to just get to it. I just got done checking everyone's weather, and oh my gosh, there's so many that I don't feel super or comfortable at all shipping. So I emailed all of them, giving them basically 3 options. I'll just ship their merch. We can send it and cross our fingers. I am including a heat pack and insulation, but I mean, when the temperature is 2 degrees, like, or I'm offering like to upgrade their shipping if they're interested. And I wish that I could pay to upgrade their shipping for overnight, but it's like $30 and $40 to some of these places. I'm in California, so unfortunately, like, I just can't do that. But I wanted to show you, I have these little cups with the lids, and I got 2 sizes to send the cuttings. So whatever can be shipped flat, that's ideal. But otherwise, because I am going to be including some corms, and I got 2 sizes of these, or like teeny tiny little pups of some alocasias. So anyway, I picked like half of the ones that are okay to ship now, and those are all sorted. And now I'm just gonna go take some cuttings and start packaging those, because I can seal all of these up tonight. And then the ones with the heat pack, I'll just need to activate the heat pack tomorrow before I seal them and drop them off. But I figured I would do the ones that don't need a heat pack first. And yeah, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I worry. At the end of the day, I want you to get your merch ASAP, and I can always send you the cuttings later. But I'm just, I don't know, I want to do right by you, so I'm nervous and I'm anxious about it. But okay, I'm gonna start taking some cuttings, and I also just want to include them on each package randomly. I don't want to look at the name or who's who or anything like that. I think it's, I don't know, it'll be exciting to see who gets what. Shipping day 2, and this is what my kitchen is looking like. I think today's plan is going to be a little bit different, a little assembly line-ish. So I'm going to actually print all of the labels and package the merch, and then I will do the cuttings and then just place them randomly in the bags, activate and drop off as needed. Yeah, I'm a little bit overwhelmed.
You didn't know back then what you've been knowing now. Before the broken skin and letting your love out, playing the tape again. It's such a sorry sound. Old shaky monologue, just dragging you around, reaching for reset, reaching for reason to begin, watching the sunset, front porch cigarette with my best friend. You didn't know back then what you've been knowing now. Black lines and dominoes, pushing each other down. When all the games run through, with all the players set, I'll still be here with you. Are we big winners yet? I'm reaching for reset, reaching for reason to begin, watching the sunset.
Quick little update. It's Monday end of the day. It's very messy, but I have the remaining of the orders, or the plants that are going in the remaining of the orders here ready to go. I'm gonna print out the shipping labels right now and add them to their little stack, and then I'm gonna wake up super early, activate the heat packs, and pack the plant in with the merge to get them sent out. And yes, it's very, very messy, but it'll get better.
Scrolling on my phone, mind gets caught, lying to myself. I'm greener grass, dreaming Wouldn't it be great if I settled in to love my life? What I have made foundations strong, built with brick instead of straw. Gratitude, wiser have learned to nourish their own. Life is not in the escape. Learning to embrace, happy or sad, all feelings will come. Doesn't matter what we have, grounding is key. Finding an angle of peace. Loving what is. Finally, I learned not to fool myself. Loving what is. Finally, I learned not to fool myself. Loving what is.
Did you say something?
Beyond the cliffs, there's a breaker in the wall. I'd never gone that far, roving in the dark. Climbing the basin, there were bands of buffaloes. In a murmuration, I fell into the fold. Another rugged mile pointed to the north, in conversation with an unseen force. Another rugged mile pointed to the north. I will be different than I was before.
I'm gonna try the chia pets.
Slept in the shadow
No way.
of a pond
$15
was a pine, with the reasons for my crime, but made up my mind. All the candles on the way for me to run have to be the sun. I've become another rugged mile pointed to the north, in conversation with an unseen voice.
Wednesday, and we are going to conclude this vlog today. I had to take yesterday off after I finished shipping out all of the merch orders. I was so tired. I wasn't expecting to be, I don't know why I always think like this won't be that bad, or like this will be pretty easy, this will move quickly. Like at first, initially when I counted all the orders and I sorted everything on Sunday, I was like, I could probably package all of these and send them all out on Monday. No freaking way. As I was going through, I quickly realized that that wasn't going to be the case. And then especially as I started going through and looking at people's weather and, you know, emailing everyone and yeah, all of that, I knew that it was going to be all the way till Tuesday, but I'm happy that all of those orders went out. If I ended up not being able to send you a cutting due to weather, I promise I will get a cutting out to you. And please just let me know. I did email you, but you know your weather best. Or if you have a window of a couple of days, even if the weather is going to be, I would say like 32 or above consistently, then I can just send like 2 or 3 day with a heat pack, and I think that they will be okay. But again, some of your temperatures were like in the teens or in like the 1 and 2s, and that just made me very, very nervous. And I mean, I could have sent a cutting out anyway and like just crossed my fingers and hoped for the best and then send you another one later, but I figured, yeah, I would just play it safe, and I hope that that's okay with you. But I'm really excited for you to get your merch. I really hope that you love it as much as I do, and I hope that you enjoy the small little extra gesture. I will point out also, again, as much as I like to plan things out and have things like ready and a plan on how things are gonna go, I ran out of stickers, I ran out of my thank you cards, so I apologize if you're one of the, I think it was like the last, I don't know, maybe like 11 or 12 orders that didn't get those. I'm really, really sorry. I didn't want to delay it anymore by having to go find more thank you cards or order more and wait for them to get here. I was just anxious to get that out to you as soon as possible. And again, I hope that you love it. So for today, I will show you what I do with the new plants I brought home from Plantitas the other day. When was that? So today's Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I brought them home almost a week ago, Thursday. So the only thing I've done so far is I've kept them isolated, so they're away from any of my other plants, which is something that I would usually do anyway. I would just usually do a couple of other things that we're gonna do today, you know, just to make sure that I set them up in a correct way. But we'll probably start with the Hoya. I'll bring her in the shower, we'll take a look at her soil, give her a watering if she needs it. We are gonna add systemic because she's a Hoya, and then I'm gonna use my DIY pest repellent on all of the 3 plants. I'm thinking, or I'm considering perusing with the idea of repotting the Stramanthe, just, I don't know, into a self-watering. But then my previous Stramanthe I never had in a self-watering and I did really well with. So that's something I'm perusing with in my head. And then I really want to set up my Christmas cactus over in the kitchen area because it's going to be pretty away from everything else anyway, so it'll be totally fine. But yeah, let's just take care of those plants and then we can wrap up this vlog so that I can finally get it out to you. surprisingly, none of the plants needed water yet. So all I did was spray them all with my DIY pest repellent. I did place the Christmas cactus over in my kitchen where I would like it to be, and then I'm going to keep the other two isolated until they need a watering. And really the Stromanthe, no real reason other than the Hoya is going to be isolated until I water it, and that's only because I want to add systemic when I water before I bring it into my space, just in case, to be very thorough and careful. But that's pretty much all that I do. I usually, I mean, depends where they come from, but when I get them from Plantitas, I know and I trust them, and they do a very thorough quality check before they bring their plants out into the floor. So usually I will keep them again, just because this is a Hoya, I'm gonna keep it isolated until I can add systemics in with the watering, and then I will bring it into my space. But in general, I usually keep them isolated for 2 weeks before I start introducing them into my space. And then of course I will spray them once again with my DIY pest repellent before bringing them in, just to be very thorough. I really can't win with the sun right now. I mean, it's like a short period of time that it shines through here, or actually I should say all afternoon. But it is short hours because our days are so short. But anyway, this is what we're gonna do. I think we are finally at the conclusion of this weekly Plants, Pups, and Beyond. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I do apologize. I feel like I had a vision for how I thought this vlog was gonna go, especially like my packaging of my merch. I thought that I would show you more, and I still haven't like looked at all of the footage, but I felt like it was very chaotic and I didn't quite capture everything that I thought that I would, or that I hoped that I would. But you know, this is real life and this is how it happened, so I'm going to share it with you anyway. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. I truly appreciate you so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye.